Hey guys, Susie here. I hope all of you guys are doing well today. Thank you so much for tuning in. And today I'm going to be sharing a review with you guys. So I got this product. Oh, it's probably been about at least 3 weeks since I've got this product, and I honestly have used it and tried it out, but I just haven't made a video on it. And so I wanted to go ahead and do that today. So there will be some swatches in the video. I went ahead and tried to show you guys the swatches in different kinds of lighting so that you could see them, how they would look in a dim light or a sunlight or whatever. So the product that I'm telling you guys about today is the CoverGirl True Naked Chocoholic. Now, I picked this up, like I said, about 3 weeks ago, and just first glance, you can pretty much tell that this is just CoverGirl's version of the Too Faced chocolate bar palette. And even though this is almost nothing like that, clearly these colors are not really the only kind of colors that you would see in the Too Faced chocolate bar palette, nor are any of them like overly similar. I just think this is kind of CoverGirl jumping on that trend of making a eyeshadow palette that was scented, and so this one smells like chocolate. Now, I do want to tell you guys up front, if you are sensitive to smells, fragrances, this is not going to be the palette for you because it smells very strongly of cocoa powder. I mean, really strongly. You can smell it from outside of the package, not even open. And I am actually wearing this palette on my eyes today, so I wanted to show you guys. I do like the way it looks. The only color that is different on here that is not in this palette is this shade that's on the inner part that's kind of like a glittery, sparkly, shimmery kind of white shade, and that is actually a shade out of, I think, my Violet Voss Essentials palette, because there really is not a beige shimmery shade in here. This is actually quite a dark palette. It honestly just does not have a good range of light shimmery shades. We've got some great transition colors here. These are really awesome. And we have this one nice kind of highlighter, bright beige color shade that's like a nude on me. And then the rest of the shades are very dark. So this is more of like a nighttime or smoky eye kind of look palette. You're not going to get a whole lot of bright, bold looks with this. That's why I added that color there in on the inner corner, just to really brighten it up. This eyeshadow palette was $9 at Walmart for me, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to pick it up and give it a go. So in today's look, I used this light shade all over. I used this here in my crease. I used this one in my crease as well, and then I went over in the outer corner with some of this kind of maroon shade. I used some of this shade along the outer half, I guess you would say, and then I used this shade here as like a liner closer to my lash line. And I really like the way it all looks. The thing about this palette, and I will show you guys more about this on the swatch video, is that there really is no names of the shades, so it's very hard to know which colors to use to create these looks that they're giving you here on the back. But yeah, so this is basically what this palette looks like. This was $9 at Walmart. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I do think it's worth the price, but I definitely wasn't blown away by this palette. So let me go ahead and show you guys the swatches, and then I will tell you my final impressions on this. Okay guys, so let's take a up closer look at this CoverGirl True Naked Chocoholic palette. And this is the packaging. So it does say new, smells like chocolate. And then it's a pretty good size. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shades here. So that's good. You get quite a good amount. And I do have to say, from just, being able to smell the packaging, I can definitely tell that this smells like chocolate. And I remember when I saw this in the store and I thought, oh, it says it smells like chocolate. Let me see. So I took a sniff, and it sure does. It really does have a cocoa kind of chocolatey smell to it. So if that is something that is up your alley, this for sure does smell like chocolate. The packaging looks really nice. I do like the way they have the packaging kind of look like a chocolate bar. I think that's really cool. It's nice that you're getting that same effect to it. And then on the back, it also looks like a chocolate bar. And yeah, it basically is just letting you know, apply wet or, dry. If you apply wet, it's going to be more dramatic, and, dry for more subtle, dermatologically tested. And then as you can see, there really is no shades or anything on the back. It does give you some examples of some eye looks that you can do with these shades, but honestly, all you're really getting is these numbers. So CO2, L3, CR7. I don't honestly know what these numbers mean. If you guys do, I don't know. I tried looking at this. I'm like, CO2. I don't know which one is CO2. I don't know what that means. Maybe I'm being dumb. I don't know. But honestly, if you guys can figure these out, you might be able to recreate some of these looks, but I have no idea what they're talking about. And also, let's see, what does it say on here? Made in Canada with imported parts. So that's interesting. So let's take it out of the packaging, and then when you look at the packaging, it looks just like any other CoverGirl little palette. It looks just like the Days, the Jeweled, very similar look to it. It's got the white stripe at the bottom. It does give you the name of the palette here. And then on the back, same thing that is on the packaging. So it's just giving you these shades and stuff. It is nice that they added this in there, but again, I think these numbers and abbreviations for these colors is kind of confusing for most people. So yeah. But anyway, let's open this up. And it did come with this little, eyeshadow applicator that honestly, I think I might have tried using it, but I'm not a fan of it. And then these are the colors here. So yeah, we can try to do a swatch of these. Let me just set you guys down. Okay, so we'll take the first shade here. It's kind of that dark olivey brown shade, and we'll go ahead and do a swatch of that. Very dark, as you can see. Just looks like a very dark coppery brown. So the next one over is going to be this light beige shade. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now this one is probably going to look a lot like my skin. So just put that right next to that one, and it's literally right here. So you guys probably cannot see it because it is pretty much the same color as my skin. So the next shade, we got this light tan shade. That one is a little bit darker. That one is a very pretty, warm, kind of like a hot chocolate almost color to it. Really like that one a lot. Next one we got is this dark brown right there. Wow, very dark, very dark. So this is definitely going to be a liner shade, or a shade that you would use like in the outer V area or something like that. Very dark shade. And all of these are kind of a, I don't know, like an ashy tone to it almost. To me, at least, it seems that way. Even in the light. I don't know. So the next one over, we've got this really pretty kind of burgundy, coppery kind of shade. So we'll go ahead and do that one. And I'll do it right up here. Basically a very warm, coppery shade with some like pink kind of flecks in it. Very pretty. For a smoky eye would probably look very good. Just want to let you guys know, when I rubbed that, there is so much kick up and fallout. Wow. Yeah, a lot. So that is going to be a shade that is going to be very, very big on the fallout. Okay, so nextly, we've got this shade right here. It's kind of a warm, medium brown, so we'll go in with that shade. See, it's like the shimmers are very flaky and powdery, whereas the mattes are nicer, easier blend shades. So that one's basically just a little bit darker and not quite as orangey pulling warm as that other shade right there. So that's this one down here. So that would be a good crease shade. Then we've got this very, very coppery shade on the end. And if I was gonna guess, I was gonna say that this shade is probably also gonna be quite a lot of fallout, which it does look like it did kick up a lot in the pan. So I'm gonna go way over here. So this shade is very, very similar to that shade. A little less maroon, more copper, like brassy. Yeah, I guess that would be the word, brassy. And then the last shade we're going to do is this shade back here, and this is a maroon. Very similar to this shade, but not quite as shimmery. So we'll do that shade. And this one has a little bit more matte to it. So we'll go right here, but also very dark. So very similar to that shade, but definitely not as sparkly. And that is all of the shades. So as you can see, definitely a warm brown and maroon palette. Okay guys, so now that you've been able to see swatches of it and you have been able to see me actually wearing this eyeshadow palette, do I think that it is worth the $9, and would I repurchase this in the long run if it was still available? Or do I think that it's worth the money? I will say that I do think it is worth the $9 because the colors are really beautiful. You can create a lot of looks with these. You can definitely go more natural by just using like two of the shades, like this light color and the very lightest shade, and create a natural look. Or you can definitely go more of a nighttime smoky eye brown, you know, maroon kind of shade look. I like the way it looks. I do enjoy my look. My husband actually complimented me today and told me I looked really nice, so that's a good thing. But honestly, these shades are just not anything that blows me away. They're all kind of dark. I wish that they had included a lighter shimmery shade in here. And here is my impressions on these shades. The matte shades are wonderful. They are phenomenal. I love the way they blend out. They look really good, super pigmented. These shimmery shades, as in this one here, this one, and this one on the end, are fallout nightmare. Just so much fallout, so much kickback. It's terrible. I mean, just swatching your finger even in this pan just really uses up so much product. There is so much flaking. And even when you're wearing it on your face, when you're putting it on, it's falling out on your cheeks. You've got to wipe it away constantly. And even though I've worn this in the past and it did last throughout the day, I did have a slight amount of fallout under this like cheek area later on in the night. So But I also did not use an eyeshadow primer. I tested that without an eyeshadow primer. So perhaps with a primer, it will elongate your time of wear. But the shimmery shades are definitely lacking. They are beautiful. I love them, but they are definitely lacking. So I personally would not repurchase this in the future if I was to run out of it. I don't think that this will be a permanent edition. I think this is a limited edition palette, so I doubt that you'll be able to find it in the future if you don't get it anytime here soon. I just don't see them continuing to sell this. And to be honest, there was quite a lot of them on the shelf. It really didn't seem like people were clamoring to get these. Is it cool that it's scented? Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's very strongly scented. I could even smell it on my eyes as I was like blow drying my hair, which is insane. So it does have a very strong sense of smell, but honestly, it's just not anything that blows me away. I could definitely get a better eyeshadow palette with less fallout, less kickback, and less wasting of product from like Profusion even. Compared to this one, and it would be cheaper. So yeah, I think it's cool. I'm not huge on the shades, but I do think that you could create some versatile looks with it. Will I continue to use it? Yes, definitely. I'm going to try to use it up. I do enjoy using it. It's just that it's very limited as to what I can really do with it. But would it be great for some smoky eye looks? Yeah, definitely. So, do I think it's worth picking up? I do. I think that if you enjoy a smoky eye, you enjoy these kind of shades, definitely give it a go. I think you would really like it. And I think when using a wet brush, you're definitely going to get less fallout, less kickback than I did. I did not use a wet brush. And for that reason, because I wanted to see how much fallout I would get. So I do recommend to try it out, but I think, either you're going to love it or you're going to not like it, or you're just not going to be blown away by it like I was. And that's just kind of my opinion. So I do like the shades. I think they're very pretty. I think that they're kind of leaning more towards the dark side. So definitely more nighttime looks that I would create with this palette. But overall, still really cool. I do like the packaging. I think the price it's reasonable. It's not like this is like $14 or something. You're getting 8 eyeshadows for $9. I think that's pretty good. That's literally, just a little over $1 a shadow. So not too bad at all. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing me try this out. If you guys are interested in seeing me recreate this look for you guys, I am more than happy to do so. Just let me know in the comments. Thank you guys for tuning in today. And if you have tried this out, let me know what your thoughts are on it. I would love to know. I'll see you guys in my next video, and I hope you guys have a great day or night or whatever it is where you are.